Hi, how are you? Welcome to Gold Nugget, JAW_success. This is your first time to the channel. Let me welcome you. If you have already subscribed, thank you for joining me on this growth path. Today, my nugget is one more layer, getting closer. Now, a lot of times, we as individual, we marry or we get in a relationship with somebody. And at the beginning of the relationship, it was all hunky dory and nice. It was pleasurable, and that's why we got into it. There was a level of joy that the person make our hearts sing, and we feel elated and stars. However, as we live with that individual, we must accept and realize that that was cloud nine. It was what I call the attraction phase. The attraction phase is not love. The attraction phase will never last. For you or I to get deeper in our relationship, we have got to lose the attraction phase where we get into each other. And as I sit and reflect on this nugget, I have thought about the levels of arguments my wife and I had at the beginning, what we were finding annoying about each other, what we were finding difficult to anger with each other, and where are we now in terms of our growth and development, our understanding of each other. Now, that attraction phase is not understanding each other. It is not knowing each other. It is that thing that makes us go, I would want to be with this individual. It is the thing that attracts us. And that individual possesses that thing on the inside. However, we are going to see it at the beginning. But to get to it, we must go through that trial period of getting to know the person. And every time you get deeper into the individual, there is going to be something that triggers that deeper. And so I call that one more layer. And this is the way I would love for you to view your relationship, because this is how I now view my relationship with my wife. Each time we argue, one more layer is peeled off and I am getting closer to her. Each time she argues with me over something is one more layer I am peeling off, getting her closer to me. The attraction phase, you're not close to her. She's not close to you. As the saying goes, see me and come live with me is two different things. Now, to live with somebody means that we're going to have to get past that stage into the stage where we can be totally honest with each other, where we can see each other's flaw and go, I still love you, where we can be disappointed by the person and sometimes disappointed in the person and still go, this person makes my world rock. This person is the individual that I want to spend the rest of my life with. However, if you see each argument, you see each difficult moment as something to attack the person instead of something that is being peeled off to reveal a deeper insight into the person, then you are going to run away from the individual. In fact, the relationship is not going to last. How do you know that your relationship will last? Is when the layers come off and you still love the person you see. Every one of us have dark spots. Every one of us have idiosyncrasies. Every one of us have limitations. In fact, for me, I have learned things about myself that I didn't know about myself. And how is it that I didn't know these things about myself? It's because I've lived with myself so long that whatever foolishness I do, it is acceptable to me. But when you are living with somebody different, you learn things about yourself that makes you a better individual. So what am I talking about? For example, one of my pet peeve is that I am not an individual who just sees something and go after it. I am calculative. Sometimes I would think I'm like a leopard stalking a crocodile or an alligator in the water below. I know that if I jump at it, it's going to get the upper hand of me. So I am going to be very calculative. But in the process of being calculative, I miss opportunities. So now living with my wife, who is one of those individuals who is a go-getter, she wants the alligator. She knows that her strength is always going to be bigger than the alligator. She knows her personality. She knows everything about her. She's going to attack that alligator. And I would say 99% of the time she wins. Now you may say, but what happened to that 1% that she lose? Life is like that. You won't win every single thing. She doesn't lose much. She doesn't lose time. She accomplished things, while I, on the other hand, take a very long to achieve certain things. So we started out arguing over those things. And what the argument revealed to me is one more layer that I am getting closer to her. So now that I am more attacking, now that I am very calculative still, but at the same time, I want it now, and I'm going after it now. I realize that kind of going after it gets me closer to her than when I was very reserved and I argue over whether or not the timing is right, whether or not the situation is good, and so on and so forth. And equally well with me. She would argue with me over things that I have seen in her, like her impatience. Yeah, while she's a go-getter, she's not very tolerant with people and all of that kind of stuff. And I was able to say, that is one more layer that I am revealing about myself that she is seeing and being able to correct. So as I say this nugget, I'm saying to you, see each argument, see each test as a layer that is being removed, that is giving you a deeper insight into the person you love. And as you see deeper into them, you get closer to them. Because through the trials, through the tests, I have been able to say, and I am able to say, that my wife and I are two better individuals. So if you're going to succeed, if you're going to survive, make the layers come off. And they're never going to come off easy. Sometimes they're going to come off with fist fight, wars, arguments in the supermarket, arguments over whether or not the dinner is ready, argument over the car needs washing, arguments over the lawn needs done, arguments over we don't have enough money, so you need to find another job, arguments over, and you will have them, arguments over if you keep doing this, you're going to get sick, or if you keep going here, so you're going to get in trouble. It's layers coming off. And why are those layers coming off? Those layers are coming off so that you can build trust, you can build integrity, you can build synergy, you can build oneness, and above all, love grows. Because love grows when the layers come off. You don't love the person when you first see them. It's an attraction phase. You truly love an individual when you get to know them. And you don't get to know somebody who have stacks and stacks of layers on them. You get to know them when they take off the layers. In other words, when we are bare and naked, that's when we know each other. But when we are bare and naked and we still have somebody who will protect our heart, because they fight for us. That's how the layers come off. God bless you. Bye. By all means necessary, create a way out. Bye.